Okay, so we wrote our first little code. We split it onto 3 separate lines by having the triple quotations, and it's not triple quotations for 3 lines. We could have just kept going with this as much as we wanted. And when we run this again, okay, so we just go down to as many lines as we keep returning. So now let's just open up a new file. So we've got the main tab here. I'm going to go File, we're going to go New, and we're going to do a new Python file. And this time I'm going to have, what will I call it? I'll call it variables. And notice variables.py, it gives you a little ending here. So actually I'm going to now show you how to play around by defining some variables. So let's type in message equals, and we'll have our quotation marks once again. Message equals hello everyone, my name is Ken, I like purple. Alright, so let's just go ahead and run this code. And when we click run, well, it seems to have given me my previous work, right? Because look, when I do the shortcut run on this little tab here, we've got only the main tab which is being run. So it's still running this previous code. So to actually run a new file and a new code, we go to the main toolbar on the very top and we go run. And now here we get a list of all of the files that we might like to run. So we click on variables and look great. Well, you can see that actually nothing's been returned in this bottom output pane because, of course, I didn't ask to print message. All right, so now let's just have a look to see what might happen. And now in the shortcut menu, variables is available and I can run it. Oh, look. So now I defined message equals, I used the quotation marks here. And when I said print message, of course, Python is printing what it understands to be the message, and the message is equal to all of this writing. So you can see this is what's happened here. If I change hello everyone and I just capitalize my name, I like Bink. And now if I print the message again, things are updated down here, right? The capitalization on hello and my is down there. Now what if I just change this to print and I put quotation marks in here? Can you guess what might happen? Yeah, of course, it's printed out the word message and it's not printed out the variable message. So if we define something as a variable, the thing inside the quotation marks will get printed out as long as we also call it message here. So now we've got the message defined, there's a few extra cool things we can do. Let's just go ahead and print that message. Great stuff. Now if I type in message and then press the dot, you get a whole set of built-in features here. So I'm just going to go through a few of them, and then after this video you can go and explore some of the others. So if I click on lower, and if I do message.lower and then the 2 open brackets, we just leave this empty. And then if I go and print whatever this is, notice we have to have the same amount of open and close brackets. Now let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so can you see what's happened? The first time it's printed out the message exactly as I've written on the original. The second time it's printed out the message, but it's printed it all in lowercase. Now let's go ahead and type print, open bracket, mess. As soon as you type in the first few letters, it will grab any variable that you've put in. Dot, and I'm going to choose upper. And you can probably guess what might happen now. So 3 different versions: the original message, the message in lowercase, and the message in uppercase. Okay, we'll keep going with a few more of this. I am going to print out now message dot count. So let's see what happens when I print out the message.count. Okay, and now it tells me that I have an error. So everything was going well up until the red writing here. So it's saying in line 5 there's something wrong with this. So we have to message.count, we actually have to count, well, we have to count something. And when we dive on here, it says, tell me what you would like me to count. So I'm going to say count the number of e's, lowercase e. And let's run that. Haha, okay, so now I've got a 7 here. Was that correct? Were there 7 lowercase e's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there were actually 7 e's. Let's keep going. Print, open bracket, message, dot. And why don't we... Well, we've got lots of other things down there. I think we will maybe do a prefix, len. So this will print the length of something. So let's just length of message. And let's see what happens with this one. Okay, so we have the first is the original message, print message. We've got the lowercase message. We've got the uppercase message. We've got how many e's are in the message. And then this 45 is actually how many characters are in this message. Now a character also includes spaces and the full stops, okay? So you'll find that there's 45 characters in this message, all right? There seems to be a space here, so if I backspace again and then I run this, looks, there's 44 now characters in this message. I'm going to do one more thing now and then let you go and have a little play. Print. I'm going to do a message dot replace, and I'm going to replace the Ken name here, and I'm going to replace it with Bill. So let's see what happens now when I run this. So the final extra added sentence is, hello everyone, my name is Bill, I like pink, because as you can see we have replaced. Now all of those little tricks, you can see that, I mean they're fun tricks, but this is such a short piece of writing, you know, within the variable message, that maybe these things aren't, you know, too exciting. But you can imagine if you had maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 lines of code and you wanted to do some of these things, counting how many e's in there, replacing certain words. Every time you wanted to replace Ken and Ken appeared 10 times, you could do a nice little replacement like this. So go ahead and you choose your message, a nice secret message. You can have it on one line, of course, or you can have it underneath each other. Remember, to get it underneath each other, you can put 3 parentheses here, and then we can do this, and we can do this, and then when I run, and you can resize the output pane. Hello everyone, my name is Ken, I like pink, the original, and then everything in lowercase, everything in uppercase. There are 7 e's, there are 46 characters, and then finally there's a name replacement. So go ahead and practice all of those extra tools.